All right, here we go. What do we got? Nolan, Devin, Mason, Jackson, Noah against Regis. Jackson or Logan's in net. Face off one comes back to Noah. Noah around the boards up to Nolan. Nolan can't quite get it out from the point. Regis comes in, shot blocked by Logan, and chipped up by Devin. Nolan gets it over to Mason. Mason's got room. Mason, tried to go over the shoulder and couldn't quite get enough lift on there. Jackson having to chase back now. And he pokes it up. Can't quite get it out though. Regis picks it up. They're going to go around the boards. Picked off by Mason. Mason off the boards to Nolan. Hit back into the zone. Jackson's going to pick it up. And he's going to backhand it up to... Can't quite get it. Now he goes. Makes the red line. Dumps it in deep. And we got a change here. Eli out there now with Kaz. And Julian. Julian first day back after upper body injury. So Julian now behind the net. Goes into the corner. Goody's there, and he's going to pop it back down behind the net. And they're kind of working in the corner. Can't really see who's down in there. It's like Declan's playing up a... No, Declan is playing defense. He was just high pinching. But anyway, Goody and Declan are on defense now. Behind the net goes Declan. He gets it up to Julian. Julian up to Kaz. Kaz kind of was behind Kaz. He had to reach for it. And Regis comes back up for it. Glove down by Julian. Total hand pass. No call. Now we do have a... Was that the hand pass call? Huh?
You can hand pass in the D zone.
Oh, never mind. I guess I've been told you can hand pass in the D zone. I didn't know that was a thing anywhere, but it is. But anyway, here we go for a defensive zone face-off. Logan in there. Face-off won by Regis. Dane tried to chase it out there, couldn't quite get to it. Here comes Maxim. Maxim's going to bring it out. He's going to go through neutral zone. He gets pushed off the puck. And Regis with a bad turnover. Back to Maxim. Maxim tries to backhand it. Gets shifted aside by the goalie. Maxim into the corner. Chips it over to Goody. Nice little chip. Goody's shot. Blocked in front. Now Dane passes it over to Declan. Declan shovels it back down deep. And Maxim gets it back over to Dane. Goody reaching in on there, trying to get the rebound. Saved by the goalie. Now back to James. James back to Declan. Declan at the top goes ahead and shoots it. Glove saved by the goalie. Not a bad little flurry of offense, though. Nice job by those five. Okay, we got Noah coming back on with Nicholas here. And Mason, Nolan, and Devin. Face-off comes out of the zone here. Nicholas has got it. He hits it over to Devin. Devin kind of missed Aaron's on the pass there, but he's going to have to recollect it. Held in at the point. Little shot in by Noah. Why not? Saved by the goalie, but offensive zone face-off here. Mason to take this face-off. Face-off won by Mason back to Noah. Noah holds on to it, and he's going to take it into the corner himself. He centers it, goes all the way through to Nicholas. Nicholas holds it in at the point. Good job by Nicholas. Back down deep. Mason having to get it in the corner here. Pops off the boards. Noah pinches. He is able to keep it in. Now Mason and Devin trying to work on it. It's going to be iced by Regis. So good pressure again by the Locos. So we can pop one in here. All right, Jackson Goody coming out on the blue line. Kaz, Jillian, Eli. Face-off goes into the corner. Eli pressuring along with Kaz. Can't quite get it all the way off the stick. Goody falls down, so we got like a 2-on-3 here. Good back check by Jillian. Jackson trying to get it out. Goes into the corner now. Up into the slot shot. Saved by Logan. And they're going to send it across. Eli's got to go give some pressure now. Picked off by Julian. So 3-on-3 coming the other way. Julian's going to bring this into the zone. He gets the slot past the Kaz, just misses Kaz. Held in by Jackson. And Regis comes out with it, and they're going to bring it out here. Picked up by Julian. He's going to go cross ice to Dane. Dane bringing it through. It's poked off his stick into the defensive zone, and they're going to ice the puck.
Yeah, Chris took the money.
I'll do it in a second. It's the fundraiser money. All right, puck down deep behind the goal. Logan comes out with it, gets it back up to Jackson at the point. He's going to go off the boards, take it into the corner, gets it back to Logan. And Logan and Jackson trying to work down deep here. Regis wraps around, pinched by James. And Dane's there too to hold it in. James shovels it back down behind the goal. Popped out. And Jackson gets a hold of it. Can't quite keep it for long though, as Regis comes out with it. Now Logan, it's going to be a call for a trip. Jackson's going to go do two. So we're going to go on the penalty kill here. Jackson coming out with Nicholas, and Mason and Devin. There's about 11:20 left in the first period here. Face-off won by Regis, but Devin's able to give good pressure. He actually trips the guy, but no call, so got away with one there. Devin's going to take it. Nice job by Devin. He's just going to hold on to it and sling it all the way down the ice. Good work. And Mason's going to go give some pressure as Regis comes to reset this thing. So Regis on the breakout now through neutral ice. They got a pass far side. Nicholas goes and grabs this and hits it off the boards. Couldn't quite get enough on it to get it out, though. Shot from the point. Gets deflected for a goal. Not sure who or how that got deflected, but it definitely did get a deflection, and there was a change of direction for sure. And it went upper 90, right corner. So Regis on the board. Loco's down 0-1. Noah and James out for the D line. We got Jillian, Kaz, and Eli. Face off won by Regis. Picked off by Kaz. Kaz and Eli working in the zone. Kaz now down behind the goal. Dumps it back for Eli. Eli having to work into the corner here. Got help from Jillian over here. Everyone's kind of on the ground. Kaz comes out with the puck. Kaz wraps around in the slot. Shot off the post. In front. Goalie was able to lay back and lay on top of it. Nice shot by Kaz, though. So close. We probably average like 3 hits off the post per game. We're always just an inch or two off. But not a bad try. Let's see if we can get the equalizer here. Same 5 staying out on the ice. Face off won by Regis into the corner, but picked up by Eli. Eli centering pass. Can't quite get enough on it as we go into the other corner. Kaz and Noah holding it in on the side. Does finally get by Noah, and here comes Regis. Regis is going to get called for the offside. Logan picks up the puck here. Logan's going to go through neutral ice.
What?
I'm commentating, so I can't.
Another one? Nice.
Held up at the blue line by Dane. Nice job to keep it into neutral ice here as we shovel it down into the corner. Over to Logan now. Still held in the corner down by Logan. Regis tries to get it out. Goody pinches and shovels it back behind the goal. Dane now having to give some pressure with Logan, and Regis comes out with it. Regis on the breakout, big stretch pass. He's going to ice. There's no way his player was going to be holding on to that one. And we're going to come back down to the offensive zone here. Mason, Nolan, Devin, Jackson, Declan. Face-off stays in the dot. Devin trying to come and pick it up, makes its way into the corner. Nice job by Mason. Nice little check into the boards there. Declan gets it over back to Mason. Mason's shot saved by the goalie. Declan pinching now. Declan working behind the goal. Mason coming over to help. Declan comes out with it, gets it over to Mason. Mason turns back into the corner. He's going to take it behind the net here. And he's going to go to the point to Jackson. Jackson's going to bring it to the center. He's going to do a nice shot and deflect it in front. But saved by the goalie. So almost a point there on the deflection. So back to the face-off. Mason gets it to stay on the dot there, works its way to Nolan. Nolan to Jackson. Jackson back to Nolan along the boards. Nolan working in the corner. Back behind the net now. Mason trying to help out. Regis is able to break this out, but a weird bounce keeps it in. Now it's in neutral ice. Declan gets a hold of it, and he's going to bring it up. Gets it over to Nolan. Nolan pops it into the corner. Declan's still pinching. Got nobody else back on defense. Everyone's up by the goal. Finally gets gobbled up by the goalie. We're going to get a full change here. Got Nicholas and Noah coming on. Jillian, Kaz, and Eli. We're getting really good sustained pressure here. We just need to find a way to finish. Hopefully this isn't like the Avalanche where we're going to have like 50 shots on goal. Face-off stays in the dot there. Goes back behind the goal. Eli's trying to give some pressure. It does pop out of the zone. No one touched it. They did call the icing. Okay. As it should have been. So this will come back. Same five staying out there. 7:51 left in the period. Kaz gets shoved to the ice. And Jillian is able to come out with it. He's going to lay it back to Nicholas at the point. Nicholas brings it in. Shot gets deflected up into the corner. Kaz having to run onto it now as he gets pinched into the corner, battling along the boards. Jillian able to kind of come back out with it, but it just goes right back along the boards. Now Eli comes in, trying to get a hold of this puck. Finally gets chipped out. Actually hits off into the bench area, but they didn't blow it dead. So Noah's just going to ice this puck. Right, Jackson and James in, Logan, Maxim, and Dane, I think. Logan to take this face-off. Face-off stays in the dot. Picked off by James. James behind the net. He's going to try to go in the back and try to get it. Jackson now trying to get a hold of it. Just can't quite get a hold of the puck. Regis working behind the net. Now Logan's going to run onto this here. He gets pushed over from the back on the call. Jackson now pinching along the boards. Jackson just kind of holding the puck there. Logan over there to help. He does finally pop out. Gets up to Maxim. Maxim takes it out of the zone. Gets pushed into the boards as he dumps it down deep. Good pressure by Dane to try to win this in the corner here. Regis able to kind of break this out. Chipped off of Jackson's stick, but can't quite get enough on it as it comes out. Mason now out there. He's got Maxim mishandled right at the blue line. Maxim kicks there for the cleanup and works his way back to Jackson. He chips it over to Dane. Dane's just going to shovel it down deep into the corner. We're going to get the rest of our forwards changed off here as Mason has to go work in there all by himself. Here comes Regis. Regis working along the boards. Can't quite get through all of them though. Jackson along the goal line here. He's going to take it out. And he's going to do a reverse and gets it over to James. James is going to work its way through. Nice pass over to Nolan. Nolan into the zone now. Gets hit off his stick right at the blue line, though, unfortunately, and Regis coming back down. Declan to pick it up now. Oh, kind of awkwardly falls into the boards, but does get it over to Devin. I think Declan's going to draw that penalty as he kind of got cross-checked in the back. So we're going to go in the power play here as Regis goes and sits in the box. He kind of looks more like he fell, but we'll take it. All right, here we go on the power play. We got Jackson, Kaz, Mason, Devin, Julian in there. Face-off stays in the dot. Regis goes and clears it out here. Now Devin's got to go. He's got someone right on his tail. He does get to the puck first, though, so he's going to wrap this around here and bring this out. Devin's going to take it all the way in by himself. We got to get people to the net here. Regis off the boards and back out again. Kaz grabs it now. Kaz got Mason as they're going to loop around each other over to Julian. Julian can't quite get it, but there's Kaz to pick it up. Kaz into the zone. Kaz, it's on his stick. Gets it towards the net now. Jackson. Jackson gets taken out. No call. Makes its way back to Mason. Over to Devin. We are finally set up here. Devin in the slot. Sends it down low. And I think now, as we got the touch up, I think we're going to go on a 5-on-3 because Jackson drew a penalty down low on a tripping. So 5-on-3 here. We'll have that 5-on-3 for a minute 16 seconds. I don't know what they called. I wasn't paying enough attention. So 5-on-3, minute 16 of the 5-on-3, and then we'll still have another 45 seconds of the 4-on-3. Face-off goes into the corner. Trying to get a hold of it here so we can get set up. Can't quite see off the reflection in the glass. I just know it's down in the corner. It looks like Devin is able to pick it up. He's going to bring it to neutral ice. Gets it over to Mason. Mason's going to work it. Gets it back to Devin. Devin's got a wide open shot. Shot in the lane. Oh, it made its way through the goalie into the crease and just sat there and then got poked out. Back in now. Kaz along the backside of the goal. Kaz able to hold on to it. Same with Julian. Devin gets it over to Mason. Mason's got some room. Mason, shot. Oh, it's right there. Oh, made it his way into the corner as Jackson is getting man. Oh, the refs are in there now too, trying to calm things down. I don't know what's going to be the result of that. There was definitely some swinging going on there. So we're going to settle things down here. Jackson's going to go, and so they're taking them both. So Jackson in the box with Cherry Creek, so still 3-on-4, or 3-on-5.
I'm surprised they took Jackson.
I mean, I think he was swinging in there too. All right, so we got Declan. He's going to probably be our net guy. And the other 4, same 4. Into the corner goes. Kaz's going to come out with it. Kaz working behind the net. He's going to chip it over. Mason's going to have to go grab this along the boards. Mason along the boards gets it to Devin. Devin, cross-ice pass to Julian. Not quite on his stick for that one-timer, so he had to settle it down. Declan grabs it behind the goal, gets it back over to Kaz. Kaz to Mason. Mason's going to work it up, get it back to Devin. Devin going to take it to the center of the ice here. Back to Mason. Mason lines up. Shot. Blocked. And I'm not sure what the whistle was for. Maybe it went up into the netting or something.
No.
Oh, another penalty. Regis takes another penalty. So we're going to continue with the 5-on-3. I don't think so. It only can go down to 5-on-3.
Yeah,
but it will extend our 5-on-3. We've got to capitalize here on this one. So it looks like we're going to Go with Jillian, Mason, Devin, Declan, Eli. So we're going to get a little bit of rest for Kaz. Declan's going to play defense on this one. Jillian having to come in for this face-off. Face-off won by Jillian to Declan. Declan shovels it back into the corner for Mason. Mason gets it back up to the point for Devin. Devin's going to work it down. He's going to shoot. Sloughs off the side of his stick. Didn't get much on it. It's going to have to work its way back out here. Mason back to Devin. Devin through, looking for Eli up front. Eli with the spin move, but goalie cuts that one off the post. Apparently they didn't start the clock at all, so the penalty should have been over, but nothing moved. So sucks for Regis, I guess, that just killed off 20 seconds. But all right, so they're letting one guy out for his penalty here. All right, so one penalty is off, 34 seconds on the second one, and then I think still like a minute 30 or something on the third one. Not sure exactly how they're keeping track of this here. I think refs trying to work out for them to put the remainder of the third penalty up. So Peter calling the boys over. Looks like he's going to write down some sort of play real quick while they're figuring it out for the other penalty. There we go. We got the last penalty up, but it's a full 2 minutes. It shouldn't be the full 2. There was some amount of time taken off, just not sure how much. All right, back at it here. I think they got the penalty worked out. Mason, puck, gets it over to Devin. Devin's got a whole lane. Devin back to Mason. Mason lines up, shot, deflected wide. Kaz trying to get it in the corner now. He's trying to maintain possession. Gets it up to Mason. Mason back to Devin. Devin bluffs it down. Gets it over to Jillian for the one-timer. Shot, save. Good push by the goalie and save. Nice shot by Jillian on the one-timer. Kaz wins the faceoff, super clean. Back to Mason, back to Devin. Oh, Devin whiffed. He got a hold of it though. Devin work along the blue line. Nice job to get some room. Devin to Jillian. Jillian back to Devin. Devin back to Jillian. Jillian looking. Here they come. Now it's just the 4-on-5. Over to Mason. Mason trying to get it centered. Picked off by Regis. And here comes Regis. He's got a whole bunch of yellow around him though, so he's going to dump it in the corner. Jillian's going to have to grab this and gets it over to Declan. Declan up in the air. There we go. Kaz comes out with it. He's got Jillian with it, makes a move to the net. Went a little too far and back behind the goal it goes. Working back behind the goal now. They can ring it off the glass. Kind of funny bounce. Stays in. Glove down by the goalie, but not stopped. So James in there now. James trying to get it to Jillian. Jillian with a turnaround shot, but gets deflected. James again. James gets it down to Jillian. Jillian with the shot that just wraps all the way around the boards. Comes all the way down. We got to be careful on those types of shots because, yeah, they come all the way down. Hard angled shot. Goody gets it over to Nolan. Nolan trying to get it back to Goody. It nearly gets picked off. But Nolan gets it back on his sticks. He's going to work his way in. And we're going to get called for the offsides. I think Logan was about a step over here. So unfortunately, we got 20 seconds left on our power play, and we're probably going to get skunked. Just can't quite find a way to stick it in. Lots of chances, very good puck possession, but the process is not paying off, unfortunately. Logan takes the face-off, it gets it in, shoveled out by Regis. James is going to have to run onto this. James now takes it. He gets it over to Nolan. Kind of went behind Nolan, skipped over his stick. So here comes Regis, shot blocked by Noah. Good block by Noah. Noah's going to work his way out. He's got Eli with him as he's going to go ahead and take this in. Loses control of it just a little bit, but maintains just enough of it. He's going to go behind the net now. Does a wraparound, and it's going to get iced by Regis. Nice work by Noah. Oh, it got called off. I'm not really sure why the icing got called off, because Regis kind of gets that puck first. Now they're in the zone here, and we're just going to, Noah's just going to send it all the way down. It's on frame, though, so no icing called, as we're going to have to reset now. Nice job by Dane. He wins was able to intercept that pass, pops it up to the corner, and now it's out. Noah's going to have to grab this in the defensive zone here. Noah working his way around. He's got some room in front of him. He's going to take it, goes into the corner. Nice job by Noah. He's jucking and jiving. Kind of working them still along the boards here. Mays and Kaz, everyone kind of keeping it in. Finally picked up by Noah again. He's just going to shoot it. Shot was going wide, but it's going to go ahead and get gloved by the goalie. About 40 seconds left in the first. Loco's down. Got Jackson coming in. Jackson and Nicholas on the blue line here. Mason, Devin, and Nolan to finish out the period here. Faceoff goes into the corner. Nolan trying to go get to it. Jackson pinching. Jackson back down deep to Nolan. Nolan still along the corner. Regis kind of comes out with it now. Back to Devin. Can't quite get a hold of it. Nolan back up to Jackson. Skips over Jackson's stick, so all Jackson can do is shovel it just back down deep. Still along the boards. I don't think it's come off the boards just yet. And shot in on goal. Was going behind the goal, but goalie opted to glove it. So we're going to have another face-off here. Face-off shoveled into the corner. Nolan grabbing it. He goes behind the net. Mason having to go get it. Mason coming out with it. Centers it through the crease, looking for Devin. Comes off of Devin's stick. Couple seconds left. And that'll do it. So at the end of one, Loco's down 1-0. All right, start the second. Regis bringing it out through neutral zone. They wind up a shot saved by Logan. Back post gets deflected wide, up back in front, and poked away by Noah here. Kaz having to go get it along the boards, trying to work it up to himself. Can't quite do enough. Shot goes wide and wraps along the boards. Kept in by Regis, but Noah comes up with it, I believe, and Noah's going to work it up here. Noah goes in, shot, gets deflected up into the netting here. So Noah and Jackson staying on the blue line, and we're going to have Mason, Noel, and Devin coming in. So Mason's going to take this face off. Face off, won by Regis, but comes out to the corner. Noah's going to get a hold of it. He's got a lane shot, hit. I think it hit off of Mason. Off the boards here. Noah having to get this. Noah's going to chase it down. Noah beats his guy into the corner. Guy falls over, but on top of Noah's stick. Back behind the net now. Noah's still got a hold of it. Noah works it up to Nolan. Nolan's just going to chip it off the boards nice and lightly for Devin and everyone else to run onto. Devin gets it, tries to pass it, gets hit off a skate though. We got to touch back up before Devin can come back in. Devin going to work his way in. He's got Mason in front of the net here. Doesn't quite get it to him in time. Tries to poke it to Nolan. Nolan couldn't quite get enough on it. So now Nolan having to work. He's trying to work around the ref, but the ref is right there in his way. Mason now in the corner. And pop back down for Devin along the glass. Jackson's going to keep it in. Luckily, gets it through his skate. He gets it over to Mason. What a pass shot. Blocked and stopped by the goalie. This is going to be for an icing. Nice try by those guys. Goalie just seems to be tracking everything. Nice shot by Mason there. All right, we got Dane, Max, and Logan out there with Goody and Nicholas. Logan taking his face off. Regis gets it, but they hit it right to Goody, so Goody gets it over to Nicholas. Maxim now trying to take it in, trying to center it to Dane. And hits that off the boards in the corner. Goody with a defense. He is able to win it. He's trying to hold it right in the dots. Regis comes out with it off the glass, makes its way through Dane. So Nicholas is going to have to go chase this down here in the corner. He does get to it. Nice job by Nicholas. And along the boards, not quite out. Dane comes out with it. He's going to muscle his way out of there. He does get out. He's got Logan with him as he works his way into the corner, loses his footing there. Regis takes it off the glass. Goody pops it back down for Logan. Logan gets shoved right in the back, no call. Logan with the centering pass to Nicholas. Nicholas with a nice spin move. He gets pushed down. So Maxim's going to have to recover for him. So good job by Maxim to read that play as Maxim's going to go ahead and take this down. He gets popped into the boards on the reverse check. And Regis able to get it down deep. Nicholas is going to grab this. We got to regroup here. Pops it over to James. James got a lot of ice in front of him as he's going to take this in himself. And he lays it across, but intercepted by Regis. Maxim having to get it now. He does hold the zone. Gets it back to Jillian. And here comes Regis. Regis just going to make the red line. They're going to pop it down deep. And Declan's going to have to go run onto this behind the net. He gets it over to Kaz. Kaz bumps it to Maxim. Maxim's been out there for a long time. Nice pass by Maxim to get to Jillian now. Jillian with the power move to the net. Gets tackled from behind. No fall. That kid, there we go. I was going to say that kid was riding him like a backpack. So Jillian's going to draw the penalty. Nice work by Jillian. We're going to go back on the power play. So Regis sit 2 minutes, 12:48 left, period. And we're going to stall for a little bit of time while some of the guys get a little bit of rest. Jillian, Kaz, Jackson out there, Mason, Devin. Come on, boys, pop one in. Here we go. Kaz to take this face off. Face off, won by Kaz, pops it back to Mason. Mason trying to hold it. There's guys all over him. Him and Kaz trying to come out with it. Mason tried to kick it loose, but unfortunately kicked it right to Regis as they're going to come in and just shovel it into the corner. Jillian now having to get it. Devin too. Devin can't quite get it out, and so it's going to have to be brought out by Jillian. Jillian on the rush up the ice. Here he comes. We're in the zone. Good zone entry. Good job by Jillian. Drops it to Mason. Mason back to Devin. We are set up. And Jackson is getting hit and killed down low. No calls. And I think Regis is going to get called again on the cross check. It actually looked like the ref was saying out, like he ejected somebody. We're going to get a change up here of our power play unit. As Regis has to reset. Not exactly sure, I guess, why the whistle is blowing. Maybe it hit up in the netting, I'm guessing. But we're going with Goody, Noah, Eli, Nolan, Declan is going to center this line. So 1:22 left. Get it over to Eli. Eli trying to hold on to it. He holds on to it, and then him and James kind of miscommunicate, and James shovels it out of the zone. Eli overruns it, but grabs it. Pass gets intercepted as he tried to get it to Declan. James finally able to get it to Declan. Declan's just going to shove it down deep, and we're going to have to go chase and try to gain possession again. Along the boards it goes. Declan is able to shove his guy off. James can't quite get enough on it as they shovel it back down deep. 55 seconds left in the penalty here as Noah mishandles it, but then he grabs it, and he's going to wheel it up on himself. So we're onside now. Pops it over to Nolan. It's in the air. Gloved kind of up and over by the goalie. Nolan now working down deep. Eli working down deep, gets it to Nolan. Nolan gets pushed off the puck. Whistle. Maybe for the net coming off. Yeah, net's off, mooring. So just whistle dead. We're going to get a top unit out there to finish it off. 33 seconds. They got to pop one in. Come on, boys. Like the Avalanche were like 1 for 24 power plays. Come on, guys. Here we go. All right. Now to take this face-off. Face-off won by Regis into the corner. Jillian going to go get it here. He's got Jackson with him. Through Jackson. Jillian comes out with it. He's got Kaz up front. Goes to Mason. Mason back to Devin. We are set up. Here we go. Devin takes it in. Shot. Hits off the goalie's pad. Back to Jillian. Jillian back to Devin. Devin's going to work his way along the blue line here. And I think Jackson's going to get called along with the other kid. I don't know why Jackson's getting called. I don't know. He's getting absolutely creamed in front. I guess so. All right, so 13 seconds left. And matching minors on Jackson and Regis. So pops out. And Regis is going to clear it. He's probably going to do it for the power play here. Logan just plays it along the boards, looking for Mason. Mason in the corner, gets it to Kaz. Kaz works his way up ice, and they're out of the box now. Jillian gets it back into Kaz. Kaz trying to center it, can't quite get a hold of it as they pop it back down deep. Declan on the ice. So you got 4 forwards and Declan. So Declan's going to hold off till we can get a little bit of a change and get our second defenseman on the ice. Devin comes out with it now. Devin's got a lot of room in front of him. He works his way in. He's got 1 to beat. He's got, Jillian with him. Couldn't quite get it over to Jillian. And here comes Regis. Still not able to get anyone changed. Regis pops it down deep. Declan there. We're going to get a partial change here. Declan's going to wrap it off the boards. And it can't quite make its way out, but we got a couple fresh bodies out there, including our other defensemen, so that's good. Nicholas out there now. Dane out there. Mason and Kaz still out there. There's got to be some tired legs. And Kaz is going to have to back check here. Shot in, stopped by Logan there. And can't quite get it out of the zone as it's into the corner. There we go. It's out. Kaz hits it off to himself. His leg's got to be burning. Mason finally makes his way off, so we got that one changed. Declan's still on the ice. Declan pops it to himself. He's going to get shoved in the boards as he tries to take it in. Logan out there. And Nicholas gets hit off the puck. Nice job by Dane to recover so that they didn't have a breakaway. And Maxim taking it in. This Swedish team, they will hit. And they're going to break it out. Whipped pass, though. Regis into the neutral zone. They're kind of falling all over the place. And Maxim going to get called just on the retaliation checking. So we're going to sit 2. Can't let these guys get under our skin like that. So we're going to go on the penalty kill here for the cross check to the back, or interference, I guess, because the puck wasn't anywhere close to Maxim. And not really sure why we only have 3 guys on the ice. There we go. Kaz going out there now. All right, Logan coming in and taking the face-off. We got Logan, Noah, Goody, and Kaz. Face-off won by Logan to the corner, picked up by Noah. Noah tries to spin around. He's going to go off the boards. Kaz is going to go have to get this. He's going to spin. We do get it out of the zone, but just barely. And Regis is going to reset here. So Regis resetting. Almost intercepted by Kaz. Noah comes in. He does intercept it. Noah's got one to beat. Noah just got I think, a high sticking penalty, unfortunately. So Noah's going to go sit 2 for a high stick. I mean, it was real. Although he was getting hooked and stuff, but. So 5-on-3 opportunity for Regis as Noah on the high sticking, although he was only high sticking because his stick was, he was getting hooked. But no call on the hooking. All right, we got Logan in there with Goody and Jackson. We got a minute and a half to kill off on the 5-on-3 before we get any relief. So 8:34 left here. Face-off won by Logan. Back to Jackson. Jackson off the glass. It can't quite make it out. It does get gloved down. And Regis set up now here. Regis works his way in. We're just standing there. I don't think we can quite get tied up there. We've got to challenge the puck carrier. We can't just let him skate all the way in. It was actually a mistake by the puck carrier. He had all sorts of room. He should have brought it in way closer than shooting so far away. But good vision by Logan to see that through traffic and stop that puck. Okay, Logan again to take the face-off here. Face-off 1, picked up by James. James off the glass, can't quite get it out. Picked up at the point. They're going to work their way in. Again, we are taking the guys in front of the crease instead of the puck carrier. We got to be careful with that. Makes its way out. Logan now chips it down deep. Nice job by Logan. We're going to get a little bit of a change here, but we got no one's ready to come on the ice. I don't know what's happening. James gets beat. Good job by Logan. Bails everybody out. But our bench was not ready for that change at all. I mean, we had 2 skaters skating. No one knew who it was going, so bad communication. Bench has got to be ready to fly onto the ice on a 5-on-3 because you don't get very many opportunities to change like that. We got Mason out there, Nicholas, and we're still sorting it out who's going to be the 3rd guy. We have a timeout called here. We're going to get a little bit of a breather. Oh, just kidding. They're going to call that at half, and we're going to zam the ice. So they're doing the thing where they stop it literally halfway through the game for the zamming. back, starting still 5-on-3, 50 seconds left. Face-off goes to Regis. Got Julian, Kaz, and Goody out there. As they're going to work their way in, shot goes wide. This is going to wrap all the way around and come out. Kaz giving a little bit of pressure, but not too much. And here comes Regis. So they're going to work their way into the corner here. Shot goes wide off the deflection. About 20 seconds left till we get a fresh body out there. Kaz almost intercepted that. Into the corner. Along the boards. Nice job. Good work by Jillian. Almost came up with that. So we're keeping him to the perimeter, which is about all you can ask for. James, almost Kaz now gets hold of it. He goes back in to Goody off the glass. Not out. So close, though. We do get one. We got one coming onto the ice here.
Ridiculous.
So 18 seconds left on the 5-on-4 here. Shoved down by Goody, no call. That was a close one. It's kind of a back cross check, but no call. They hold on to it too long. Oh, Kaz had it, but he mishandled it. So still out there. We are back to 5-on-5. Noah streams in there. As Goody knocks it off the glass here, and Jillian's still trying to work it out. Still haven't quite worked it out of the zone yet. Ping along the boards. And back check. Oh, we're going to go back. Jillian's going to get called for a cross check to the back. And we're going to go back on the penalty kill. We're shooting ourselves in the foot here a little bit. All right, Noah out there, Declan, Nolan, Nathan, and Devin. Fresh 2 minutes on the kill. Mason's going to take this face off here. Face off won by Mason. Pops it into the corner to himself. Comes out to the point. Intercepted by Devin. Nice shot by Devin, but then he mishandles it right at the blue line. So back in comes Regis. Back out to the point. They shovel it back down deep. Picked off by Noah. And back in the zone, Devin now has it. Devin gets it over to Noah. Noah mishandles it and goes back to Regis here. Regis hits off a skate, but unfortunately Mason was kind of slowed up and couldn't get to it in time. Mason's going to pick it off, and he's going to dump it into the corner here. He's going to go chase it himself as we're going to get a change. Nolan out there now helping out. Mason giving some pressure. Nice job by Mason. Good work. We're going to have to back check now. As Regis comes in, poked off the stick by Nolan. Good job by Nolan. And they're going to dump it down deep. Noah's going to get a hold of it. And he opts to take it around the goal. And he's going to turn and spin. Turn and spin along the boards. Not out, though. And it's held in. Shot saved by Logan into the corner. And back down deep. Regis still has control of the puck here. They work their way into the point. Back up top. Shot saved by Logan. Nice save through traffic. Sitting down in front. And they're going to ring it off the boards. It's finally going to get chipped out here. 30 seconds left to the penalty kill. We got a fresh forward out there. Noah's coming in. Nicholas is going to come on the ice here. So we got partial change. A couple fresh bodies, and they're going to ice the puck. So good job, good pressure. Stupid icing by Regis. And we're going to have an offensive zone face-off. Jackson coming in on defense. Nolan, Eli. So we have fresh set of bodies here. Jackson's got to be careful. He can't get another penalty. He's got 3. If he gets 4, he's going to have to mind his P's and Q's. Face-off won by Regis off the glass, and they're going to chip it down. Nicholas is going to go get this behind the net. Off along the boards, picked up by Kaz. Kaz gives it to Mason, tripped up. No call on the tripping on Eli. Looks like a clear tipping to me. All right, penalty kill. Oh, dang it. Kaz intercepted the pass, but then him and Eli ran into each other and took each other out. Otherwise, Kaz would have been on. Deep pinch by Jackson, overruns the puck. And it's going to come back the other way. Brought into the zone by Nicholas. Shot saved by Logan. Off along the boards here. And down deep into the corner, wrapping around. Jackson's going to go grab it. Jackson and Eli along the boards now. Jackson comes out with it, shovels it over to Nicholas. Nicholas trying to get it up to Dane. Dane turned and started going up and wasn't watching. And it's still in the zone. Jackson's going to pick this up now, get it up to Eli. Or to Kaz, sorry. Kaz, he's going to take it in. He beats one, can't quite get the other one as it comes in. We're getting a change, though, unfortunately. And Regis got the lucky bounce, so it comes in, shot, scored. Goes over Logan's glove. Not exactly sure what happened on the defense there. I don't know if it was a weird change or we weren't paying attention to the one that was lingering. And but seriously, they haven't had many chances, but we have this habit of kind of our breakdowns result stuff in the back of our net, and we can't score going the other way. Nathan, Devin, Nolan out there. Sam and Noah. Picked up by Nolan here. Nolan works his way behind the net. And back into the crease. Gets poked off of Nolan's stick. Noah hold on to it. Gets it to Devin. Devin's got Mason. Scoop across the Mason. There we go. We're on the good patron by Mason to wait until the goalie went down. Popped it over the goalie. Nice pass by Devin. We got a Nolan to Devin to Mason, and we are on the board 2-1. We got that one back. So nice work. Mason wins the faceoff, gets it over to Noah. Noah off the boards, looking back up for Nolan. Nolan kind of held off as they work their way in. Down behind the goal now, James is there. Can't quite come out with it. Noah's going to grab it now. Noah goes back behind the net, and he's going to wrap around and bring this up. He's just going to muscle his way through everybody. Noah brings it in along the bench. It's taken out. Now there's Mason. Regis comes out with it. Regis up off the glass. Doesn't hit the net. So it's still in. James trying to get it over to Nolan here. Nolan! Nolan tried to jump back on side when Mason grabbed it, but too much speed. Couldn't quite get back in time. All right, Dane, Logan, Maxim on the ice with Nicholas and Declan. We're going to take the face-off. Face-off one back to Declan and Maxim along the boards. It gets popped down deep. Dane trying to run onto it, goes along the board, and it's out. Maxim, though, in recovery. Maxim working on his guy. His guy falls down. Good job by Maxim. And Maxim's going to bring this out, too. Maxim, a lot of strength on Maxim. He gets pulled down, no fall. And then the kid throws his gloves at him. Are these refs going to call anything? Maxim gritting with his side. He got taken down pretty hard. I don't know if the kid's going to get called for throwing his glove or what, or if they just stop play for the injury.
It was a tackle! Get him off the ice!
So it doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty call. It looks like it was more just a stoppage for injury. But probably should be a penalty. So we'll see if they do call something, and they do. Okay. They do I don't know if it's a game misconduct, maybe, or a roughing, but they'll sit 2 minutes. We got a phone on the power play here. We'll see who they stick in front of the net. They probably shouldn't put Jackson up there because he's already got 3 penalties. If he does, he needs to just keep his hands to himself, even if he's getting pummeled, unfortunately. All right, looks like he is going to go out there. 1 minute, 31 seconds left in the second period here. And Jillian Kaz, Devin, Jackson. Yep, same unit coming out here. So let's see if we can get the equalizer here.
Let's go, Jackson!
Kaz taking the face off. Face off won by Regis into the corner. Julian and Jackson and Kaz all trying to get hold of the puck. Jackson gets a hold of it, gets it back to Devin. Devin working along that blue line now. Gets it over to Jillian. Jillian after shot! Jillian with the snipe. Gives Jillian that much time in the dock. She's got a very accurate shot. He puts it home. Power play goal. Jackson to Devin to Jillian. And we've got a tie hockey game, guys. 1:19 left. Let's see if we can just, if we don't put one in ourselves, let's just get out of this period even strength and come back and win this in the third here. Kaz out there, Eli. And Jillian's still there. Noah, James. Noah just chips it up and out. That's totally fine. It's rolling. Goalie opts to play it. Goalie off the board. Kaz picks this up. Goalie's out. We can throw. Goalie makes his way back in there. Nice try. Nice try by Kaz there. And there, Regis brings it back out. James pops it back into the neutral zone. Carried up by Eli here. Eli's got Jillian with him. He's got Kaz. He missed on the pass there. Jillian in recovery. He gets it back to Noah. Noah takes it back to the blue line, takes a shot blocked in front, and they're going to shovel it down the ice for an icing. Good pressure by this group. Let's keep the pressure on. All right, Declan Nicholas coming on the blue line. Devin Mason, Nolan. About 40 seconds left in the second here. Mason's going to take this face off. Face off just literally sat in the dot until Nolan came in and took a whack at it. Gobbled up by the goalie, though. Same five staying out. Face off. Comes back its way to Noah. Noah pops it back in. Deflected wide by the goalie. Devin running onto it now. He's going to be in the corner. He's got Mason helping him. They are trying to work it out. Mason gets a hold of it. Nice job by Mason. Mason working hard. Held in at the point by Declan. Declan leads into the slot. Whiffs on the shot. Unfortunately picked up by Mason. Mason goes wide. Nice job by that group as Regis overruns the puck and can't bring it out cleanly. So gave us a little bit of a breather as they pop it in. Saved by Logan. Declan just going to wrap it along the boards here. Nolan trying to go get to that first. Makes his way out back to the point. That's going to do it for the end of the second period. Good job on the boys to come back, and we'll see you in about a minute. All right, to start the third, Jackson, Nicholas, Kaz, Eli, and Julian. Fresh 16 minutes on the clock, 2-2 hockey game. And face-off won by Kaz goes straight up to the red line, though. And they're able to, Regis gets to it and just shovels it down deep. Nicholas now on the boards looking for Eli. Can't quite work it out. Gets it up to Julian. Julian's got Kaz and Eli. They're all streaming into the zone. Julian gets a stick lifted right up near the blue line there. And here they come. Kaz on the great back check. And back out to the neutral zone. Shovel down deep. Jackson having to go grab this now. Backhands it over to Nicholas along the boards to Eli. Eli now. Eli's going to take this out. And Eli up the boards into the corner. He gets taken out for his troubles as it goes along the boards. Picked off by Kaz. We're going to get partial change though. Kaz trying to take it in on himself. Everyone goes into the goalie. And goal gets tilted sideways. We're going to get a full change here. Got Declan out there with Noah. So actually, it looks like they got a penalty. Regis with a penalty, so we're going to go on the power play. Second unit here on the ice. Let's see what they can do. I think we got Maxim, Declan, Nolan, Noah, and James. Face-off gets one into the corner by Declan. Declan to Maxim. Maxim's going to work his way. He's going to get it to James. James back to Maxim. Maxim back to James. James shot. It's deflected by or saved by the goalie. Got held by Regis and sent out of the zone. Noah having to get it now. Noah's going to backhand it. Gets it over to James here. James can't quite get to it fast. Right in front of the goal. Noah. And finally, Declan gets control. Good job by Declan. Oh, I think we were getting a partial change. Declan didn't know it. He kind of shoveled it to nobody. So we got to get a hold of the puck. I think we're trying to get the other unit out there. Good job by Noah. Spin move. Gets a chipperoo over to Jillian. Jillian kicks it in his skates, but at the blue line, and they're going to get called for an offsides. So lucked out there a little bit. Face-off going to come outside the zone. And we're going with Jackson, Kaz, Jillian, Nathan, and Devin. Got about a minute 10 to work. See if we can pop up one goal. Face-off one back to Mason. Mason to Devin. Devin's going to try to work his way out. He's getting pressured, though, a little bit. He gets spins, gets some room. Now he's getting pressured, and he's able to hold on to the puck. Good job by Devin, and we are in. Devin's spinning around. No one can touch him at the moment. He gets it over to Mason. Mason now takes it and shot up front. And they're able to clear it, but not out. Devin gets a hold of it again. And he's going to pop it to Kaz, who's running. And he shot wide and out. So Devin having to grab this again. Devin missed the pass on Mason. We're just a little bit off for the moment, but Devin's had the puck a lot. He's probably a little bit tired. Over to Kaz. Kaz is going to bring this in now. Kaz into the zone. And we are able to get set up. Kaz down deep into the corner. Mason grabbing it along the boards. Gets it back to Devin. Devin trying to go down deep. Gets intercepted and comes out. Devin's going to have to get back now. On the 2-on-1, Jillian picks it up. And can't quite get a good form. Jillian brings it in. He's going to bring it over. Gets it back to Kaz. Kaz with the wide shot to Jackson. Jackson with the backhand. Goes in! Goes in! Yes. I think Mason popped it in. So Mason's going to get that one. It was passed in by Kaz on like the pass shot. Jackson backhanded it into the path of the goalie. Deflected off the goalie's hands, and Mason popped it in. So that was a Kaz to Jackson to Mason. So we are up 3-2. 13:50 left, or sorry, 12:50 left in the third period. Nice job, power play goal. Noah James out there, Logan Maxim, and Dane. Here we go, boys. Face off won by Regis. They chip it all the way back to their goalie. He's just going to cover it up. Check on the Broncos here. It's like Broncos are up 14-3 with the ball. All right, sorry, Logan. Face-off won by Regis comes all the way back. Noah off the boards up to Maxim. Maxim trying to go down deep, but Regis comes out with it, and they're going to break it out here through neutral ice. They're just going to pop it in. No icing. James is going to get this behind the net. James does a reverse and goes off the boards along to Logan. Logan pops it to Maxim. Maxim's got some ice in front of him, but he's got a kid lining him up. Maxim able to get down deep into the corner here. Maxim over to Noah. Noah takes a shot high and wide. James pinches. James trying to get it back down deep. Maxim finishing out his check along the boards. Nice job. Dane gets taken up out of nowhere, but no call on the interference for Dane getting tripped up as Regis works their way out. We got James back there playing some defense with Logan, and nice defense. Oh, Dane with a pass in front, unfortunately gets intercepted. Maxim can't quite get a hold of it. Shot blocked by James. Noah's going to run onto it. He's going to swing it along the boards. Not quite out. Dane having to run onto it now. And finally, he's just going to ice by James, which is totally fine. Their goalie opts to play it. So we're going to get a full change here. Avoid the icing. Declan Nicholas out there now. Eli, Kaz, Jillian. Pass intercepted by Julian. Julian gets hit off the puck right at the red line there as Regis pops it down deep. Nicholas getting it in the corner, pops it along the boards to Eli. Eli trying to bring it out through center, gets it to Jillian. Jillian over to Kaz. Nice breakout, boys. Kaz bringing it in, and he just shovels it towards the net. I think he was trying to get a little bit more of an angle to get it to Eli that was running on, but couldn't quite get the angle he wanted and kind of just passed it easily to the goalie here. 11 minutes left here. Same five staying out on the ice. Kaz to take this face off. Face off popped into the corner. Eli trying to go grab it. It's got Julian with him. Julian intercepts the pass as he's going to reverse. Gets into the dots, gets tripped. And nice draw on the penalty by Julian. Julian making moves, pulling the penalty. We are back on the power play. Let's see if we can go up by 2 here. That would be a nice cushion. All right, Julian, Kaz, Mason, Devin, Jackson. One by Kaz to Mason to Devin. Devin's got some room, finds a shot up front. Jackson couldn't quite get his stick on it. Picked up again by Julian here. Julian across ice to Mason. Mason back to Devin. Devin's going to work his way to the center. He's going to shoot it. It's going to get deflected up and over. It's in front of the net. I don't know where it went. It wasn't covered up. It was loose, but maybe they're going to say it hit the netting. High stick. I think they're going to say it got played by high stick. So it's going to come all the way down to the defensive zone. 1:42 left on the power play here. We have the defensive zone face-off. Kaz will take this face-off. Face-off won by Kaz. Nice clean win. He takes it off the boards himself. He's going to take it up, passes it to Jackson into the corner. And they're going to get called for the icing there. All right, so reset here. Do this again. Face off one, back to Mason. Mason's going to take it around the goal here. And then he's going to drop it to swing all the way up the ice for Kaz. Kaz sitting at the blue line. And Kaz is going to bring this in to Jillian. And Jillian gets nice and set back to Devin. Devin gets it over to Kaz. Kaz winds up a shot. Deflected up into the glass. That's amazing. Couldn't quite hold on to it, so Devin's got it now. Devin's going to have to go reset. He's going to bring this into the zone. He's going to line up and shoot it. It's going to go up into the netting. So this group's going to come off. We're going to have the second unit come on. They're going to get about a minute to see if they can pot one. Declan, Eli, Nolan, Noah, James. Face off won by Regis into the corner. Nolan gets to it first, though. Good work by Nolan. As he's going to slow this down, get it over to James. James over to Noah. Noah over to, I'm not sure who's on that side. And back down deep for Declan. Declan trying to pass it out, kind of misses, just miscommunication there. And Noah's going to have to come all the way back to get this. He almost gets his pocket picked, but holds on to it. Noah is quite strong. It takes a lot to push him off the puck. Noah trying to get it out, finally gets it over to Eli. Eli, woo, working his magic back right close to the goal. Eli bringing it out. He's getting slashed all over the place. Oh, gosh. Regis almost got a hold of it here as they're coming back off. Nice job by Declan to try to intercept it as it gets popped down deep. And Logan's just going to glove it. And we're going to get a reset here. So 10 seconds left. I think we're just going to get 5 out there for the next shift here. Maxim, Dane, Logan. And they're going to be staying out there with Noah and James. Face off here by Logan. Face off won by Logan, just goes right back. Actually, I think it was won by Regis, but shoveled over to goalie Logan. He's just going to cover it up. We're going to do this again. So just under 7 minutes here to play in the third. Face off won by Logan, back behind the net. Noah's got to go get it. Noah trying to backhand it up the ice here, and now he's going to take it back behind the net and go the other direction. Noah gets it out of the zone here, trying to get it to Maxim. And I think Maxim's stick literally got stuck in Regis' skate. That's Dane. Dane checking his blade of his stick to make sure it wasn't broken. Face off won by Regis. Regis puts it into the zone here. Noah grabs it. Noah is able to weasel his way around the back of the net, as he's going to carry it. Noah carrying it, and Kid makes a good check, and Noah just runs through him, but loses the puck in the process. That probably didn't feel very good. And here it comes out. James has got to get it. He's just going to backhand it off the boards back to Maxim. Maxim's just going to shovel it down deep as he gets hit for his help. And Regis on the breakout. They give it right to James. James up to Maxim. Maxim trying to spin. He gets kind of pushed off a little bit as they dump it down into the zone. James is going to get a hold of it. And he gets it up to Eli, poked off of Eli's stick. Logan picks it up back to Eli. Eli into the zone now. Eli's got tripped up. Let's see if they call the tripping here. They do not. Clearly a stick blade that caused Eli to fall down. No call. James still out there. Gets it back over to Eli. Picked up by Jillian now. He got that whole line on there. Jillian taking it into the corner. As he's going to work his way around. Nobody with him as we're getting a shift change here on our defensive pairing. Jackson and Nicholas out there now. Kaz now as he works it behind the goal. Kaz along the boards to Jackson. Jackson down deep for Eli, or Julian. Sorry, Julian back to Kaz. Kaz does a spin move, loses the puck, has to go in the corner to go get it. Off the boards here. Julian having to go get it. Julian's been out there for a long time. Eli going off for a change now. Kaz still working in there. Jackson, Kaz trying to get it to Jackson, who was running in. Nice job. Devin came in, kicked the pocket of Regis, and buried it in the corner. Sneaky little Devin. Guess we'll go Kaz to Devin on that one. We'll give the apple to Kaz. You know, it's kind of Devin just picking the pocket. We'll give that to apple goes to Kaz there. So nice job. Third period, we're starting to take control here a little bit. Loco's up 4-2. Face-off won by Regis. They're just going to put it into our defensive zone to Nicholas over to Jackson. Jackson off the boards back to Nicholas. Nicholas hopefully will find Devin here. He does. And Devin's going to break it out. Good breakout. Devin into the corner. Across the crease. Jackson's going to have to go pinch. He wraps it back down to Devin. Devin trying to work his way into the dots, gets picked off. Jackson having to get it now. He's able to hold it. Then it gets popped down by Regis. Devin carrying the puck up through neutral ice. Hits off the blade of his skate when he tried to pass it there. So stuck up at neutral ice here. Regis is going to try to get it in. Hits off another skate and finally down deep. Jackson's going to grab it. And he's going to go off the boards to Devin. Or Dane, sorry. Dane couldn't quite hold on to it. Jackson picks it up, but he's going to go in. He's got some speed. He's going to wrap around. Pulls up. Not sure where the puck is. It's in the corner somewhere. Now it's swung around the boards. Logan down there. Logan gets pushed, and he's having to work hard in the corner here. Pinched by Declan. Declan, with a good pinch, is able to shovel it back down. Logan back on his feet. Oh, the missed pass just went under Logan. Dane on the back check. He's having the back check. Nice job. Dane holds his feet, gets it to Logan. Logan up through center ice, looking for Maxim. Maxim with the check. Nice job. Declan picks it up. He's going to work his way into the slot. Beats one. Oh, darn it. Goalie's able to hold him off, though. Noah now with the slapper. And goalie's able to cover that one up. 5 minutes left. Thought Declan was going to get that one, but he ran out of real estate there as he made his way down to the post. All right, Noah James out there with Julian Kaz, Eli. Face-off one. Julian to Noah. Noah just pops it down deep because he had a guy steaming up his backside here. So down in the corner it goes. Kaz coming in. Gets wrapped around. Eli having to go in. He does a reverse check. Can't quite hold on to it, though. Regis coming out with it. Regis dumps it in on a fumble pass there. Noah off the boards, and it makes its way out. Kaz has got it now. Eli stays on side. Good entry. Kaz around the back. Now Kaz got a whole bunch of speed. So he's just going to wrap this around, and he shoots it. Pad saved by the goalie off into the corner. Julian takes it now. Julian tries to reverse it. Holds on to it. He still got it, and then loses it. So here comes Regis. Regis working in on Noah. The centering pass finds its way to Logan. Logan is going to cover that up, though. All right. Got Goody and Noah staying out. Kind of a long shift for them, but they're staying out there. Mason, Nolan, and Devin. Stays in the slot. There we go. Poked out by Nolan. Good job. Nolan's going to have to go run onto this in the corner. He's got some help. Oh, a little too much stank on that centering pass. Makes his way all the way back to James. James over to Noah. Noah's going to backtrack. He's going to spin. Oh, back into the corner. Sticks flying everywhere. Noah hangs on to it and gets picked, but a lucky bounce goes our way as Mason is now going to take it in the zone. Tries to backhand pass it to Devin. Not quite enough on it. As we're going to have to go battle for this down in the corner. Regis able to pop it out to neutral ice. Noah's got a hold of it. Noah back up to Devin. As Devin's going to bring this back in opposite side. Devin makes a nice move in the slot. Gets it over. Nice pass. Oh, shot by Nolan goes wide. Mason coming in. He beats Regis to the puck. Bit of work. Hard work by Mason. Picked up by James. James back to Noah. Noah misses on the pass, so brings it all the way into the corner. He's getting hooked like crazy. No call, though. And James is able to poke it up to Devin. Devin gets it across the ice to Nolan. And Nolan makes a nice move, gets around one, but too deep for him to do much with it, and he gets hit off off the puck here. Still working down behind the goal. Logan's with him now. Logan trying to work on his guys, using every pound he's got in that frame, and finally pops its way loose. Jackson now. He's going to bring this thing in. He's got a full bench. He gets a nice pass over to Dane. Dane working his way into the slot. Dane to the circles. And out in front, he opts to go behind the net, trying to center and pass, makes his way through everybody. Jackson lines up, shot, deflected wide. And up along the glass, held in by Jackson. Jackson now into the slot. He works his way, gets by one, can't get by the other one, deflected into the corner. And back behind the goal, Dane goes now. Wrapped along the boards. Nicholas can't quite hold it in, but Kaz is there. Kaz off the boards to himself. Gets one, beats two, gets hit, beats three, into the dot, shot. Oh, he shot high and wide. That was a lot of work. Nice try by Kaz, but just a little off on the shot there. Declan now having to work in on defense. Good poke by Declan to get it off, trying to get it up to Eli. Got a stick on the ice, though. Kaz there. Nice kick by Kaz. Kaz in the slot, but it's on his backhand. He does backhand it, but saved by the goalie here. Along the boards, held in by Declan. Nice job by Declan. Back to Kaz. Declan now having to work down deep, trying to get this centered. And something happened down deep, but I guess maybe the goalie I don't know what happened, but anyway, stoppage in the play. A minute 22 left. I think Regis calling a timeout here. Probably going to be pulling their goalie here pretty soon if they want to attempt to try to come back. And we're going to get a little bit of a breather. Oh no, Dallas is coming back on Denver, 10-14 now. 7:29 left in the second, but we got the ball. Let's see if we can pop one in before the halftime. Got some Johnny Cash playing. All right, Mason, Noah, and Devin out there with Noah and Declan, I believe. Faceoff comes in Noah. Noah shoots it. It's going over the goal, but the goalie just gloves it. So it took off a couple seconds off the clock, but we're going to reset on the faceoff. Faceoff kind of stays in the dots and makes its way back to Declan. Into the corner now. Nolan's in the corner. Got Devin with them. They are able to chip it out of the zone. They're going to work their way on Declan. Declan with the poke check. Stops him cold as Devin has to go get this in the corner. Now Declan around the boards, and it makes its way out. We have an empty net here. He is going to ice the puck. So it's going to come all the way down. 51 seconds left. In a small forward change up. Forwards are going to change out. Declan and Noah staying. And got those giant big bodies to block front thing. Strategy here. Face-off taken by Kaz. Face-off goes back to the point. Pressured by Kaz and Mason. Kid makes it away in the slot. Backhand held off by Noah. Kaz got it. Kaz couldn't quite get it to Mason. Mason would have been gone on the breakaway. And here comes Regis back into the zone. They try to backhand it, but Kaz is there on a nice back check to deflect it enough and picked up finally by Jillian. And Jillian is going to just shovel it down deep towards the net. Oh, he just missed on the long backhand. About 150 feet it had to go. Didn't quite make it, but no icing. As it was, I think, a little bit deflected. Regis now having to come in. 17 seconds left. This is going to be a tall order for them to stick in, too, in 17 seconds for the tie. Noah, He's going to do the reverse and send it all the way down. This is going to ice, but it does take us down to 8 seconds. Same group staying out there. See if they can hold off these last 8 seconds. This is going to be a good comeback win. A gritty win by the boys. Come down from a 2-0 deficit. All right. Here we go. Let's finish this off. Face-off stays in the dot, picked up by Mason out to the point. Mason and Taz. Taz just flings it up. I think he meant to fling it way first. That'll do it. Nice comeback win for the Locos.